Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. In today's session, inshallah, we will be learning about the etiquettes of the reading Quran along with Isti'adhah and Basmalah. Isti'adhah is أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم and Basmalah is الرحمن الرحيم. Reciter needs to understand and have faith that these are words spoken or said by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and they represent His bounty. Keeping the presence of heart and mind while reciting Quran. Quran is the light of guidance for us, understanding and meditating the meaning and message for us. There is no goodness in worshipping without understanding. While reciting the Quran, person should feel that every message and every story is meant specially for them, regardless which era or time they belong to. When there are ayahs of rahmah and blessings, rejoice and believe in the promises of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and make dua. Allahumma ja'alna minhum. O Allah, make us from those people. Similarly, when reading ayahs of punishment or retribution, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, O Allah, do not make us from these people. Allahumma la taj'alna minhum. And when there are ayahs of the hamd or the glorification of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, always say, Subhana Rabbiyal A'la. A person who recites the Quran should have purification of body, clothes and place. Start the reading by asking for refuge for protection from Shaytan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, Surah Nahl, this is the chapter 16th and the ayah is 98. فَإِذَا قَرَأْتَ الْقُرْآنَ فَاسْتَعِذْ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ. So when you recite the Quran, first seek refuge in Allah from Shaytan, the one expelled from His mercy. After the Isti'adhah, read Bismillah الرحمن الرحيم or the Basmalah. That has come down with every surah except the Surah At-Tawbah, which is the 9th chapter of the Quran. When the reciter starts the recitation from the beginning of the Surah At-Tawbah, Basmalah is not supposed to be read. But if the reader is starting the reading from anywhere from the surah, it's his personal choice then to read Basmalah. If the reciter is reciting silently or alone, he can seek refuge silently. Before starting the salah, refuge is also done silently. If one person is reciting out loud and there are listeners present, seeking refuge will be done aloud. And when it's a classroom situation where reading is done by turns, the first reader or the student seeks out refuge loudly and the other participants present will do it silently. When the reading is disturbed by sneezing or coughing or talk that refers to translation, correction or meaning of the verse, then seeking the refuge again is not required. If the recitation is cut off by any worldly matter, no matter how small, like replying to a text, then seeking protection again is required. But if the next ayah mentions the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like Ayat al-Kursi, then the reciter resumes the recitation by reading Basmalah only. For example, Ayat al-Kursi, Allahu la ilaha illa huwal hayyul qayyum. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't like the name connected directly to the Shaytan. And that brings us to the end of this lesson. Jazakumullahu khairan.